We were just friends until one night changed everything between us. Emily and I have been best friends since college. We met during freshman orientation, bonding over our shared love for late-night study sessions and terrible takeout. Her laughter was infectious, and she had a way of making even the worst days feel lighter. Over the years, our friendship deepened. We celebrated each other's triumphs and comforted one another through heartbreaks. Neither of us had ever crossed that line between friendship and something more for a long time. It seemed like we were happy to keep it that way. But the summer after our college graduation, a shift began to take shape. It started subtly. We began spending more time together, just the two of us, rather than in larger groups. Late-night movie marathons turned into long conversations that stretched into the early hours, and nights that started as friendly hangouts began to feel charged with an energy that neither of us could ignore. One humid Friday night, we decided to attend a party at a mutual friend's house. The atmosphere was alive with music, laughter, and the thrill of youthful energy. Emily looked stunning in a fitted red dress that clung to her curves, and I couldn't help but catch myself staring a little too long as we danced amidst the throng of bodies. After a few drinks, my inhibitions melted away. I watched Emily laugh, the way her eyes sparkled in the dim light, and suddenly realized my feelings for her had transcended friendship. I wanted her. The thought sent a thrill through me that both scared and exhilarated me. As the night progressed, we found ourselves on the balcony, overlooking the twinkling lights of the city. Away from the noise, we were enveloped in a bubble of intimacy. I leaned against the railing, taking a deep breath and trying to gather my thoughts. The tension between us felt palpable, an unspoken understanding hanging in the air. "Do you remember the first time we met?" Emily asked, leaning beside me. "Of course. You spilled coffee all over my shirt," I chuckled, reminiscing. "It was an accident, but I was so embarrassed," she said, her laughter ringing out like music under the stars. We exchanged stories of our pasts, reminiscing about all those little moments that shaped our friendship. But beneath the light-hearted banter, I could sense something changing. The way she looked at me felt different, charged with an intensity that made my heart race. Without thinking, I turned to her, that electric connection pulling me closer. "Emily," I started, my voice barely above a whisper as I searched her eyes for permission. But she didn't need words. She closed the distance between us, her lips finding mine in a soft, tentative kiss that quickly spiraled into something more passionate and desperate. It was as if the floodgates had opened, and all those repressed feelings rushed forth. I wrapped my arms around her waist, pulling her closer as our kisses deepened, bodies moving together as if they were designed to fit. The warmth of her body sent exhilarating sparks racing down my spine, igniting every nerve, ending in a way I had never experienced before. We finally pulled away, breathless, our foreheads resting against each other. Emily's cheeks flushed, and I could see the surprise in her eyes, but beneath that surprise was a flicker of desire, an acknowledgement that we were both on the same page. While she breathed, her voice shaky. "I didn't expect that." "Neither did I admitted, my heart pounding in my chest. But the dam had broken, and there was no going back. Without a word, we stepped back inside, hearts racing as we found a more secluded corner of the house. The pulsating music, the chatter of our friends, all faded into the background as I backed her against the wall. Our hands began to roam, exploring the curves and planes of each other's bodies, savoring the heat emanating from our skin. The tension built between us, and I could feel the urgency in her touch, the way she tangled her fingers in my hair, pulling me closer, as if needing to experience every part of me. "Are you sure you want to do this?" I asked, my voice thick with desire, even as I took in the hungry look in her eyes. "I've never been more sure of anything," she replied, her voice sultry and low. With that, the world around us vanished as we lost ourselves in one another. Every stroke, every kiss felt electric, connecting us in a way we had never explored before. I found her neck, trailing kisses down to her collarbone, eliciting soft gasps from her lips that drove me wild. I was lost in the moment, focusing solely on the way she responded to my touch, how her body melted against mine. With a playful glint in her eye, she pulled back and took my hand, leading me down a dark hallway away from the party and towards one of the quiet bedrooms, where we could be alone. The anticipation made my heart race as we slipped inside, shutting the door behind us. The room was dimly lit, casting shadows that danced across the walls. Before I could gather my thoughts, Emily pushed me back against the door, her lips crashing onto mine again with a fervor that took my breath away. Her hands roamed across my torso, slowly lifting my shirt as her kisses trailed down my neck. I felt a shiver pass through me as her warm hand slid underneath my shirt, exploring the contours of my body. I captured her waist, lifting her slightly as she wrapped her legs around me. The weight of her body pressed against me ignited a primal urge, a desire to devour her whole. As our kisses grew more heated, I felt as if the air itself had thickened with the heat of our attraction. I carefully laid her back on the bed, a low groan escaping my lips as I took in the sight of her, the passion in her eyes, the way her chest heaved with every breath. "Emily, you're incredible," I murmured, kissing down her stomach, feeling the warmth of her skin beneath my lips. She laughed softly, the sound rippling through me like a current. "I can't believe we waited this long," she said, her fingers tangling in my hair. "Neither can I agreed, looking up at her, filled with wonder. The chemistry between us blossomed into a frenzy of movement, our lips and bodies seeking each other's warmth, capturing every ounce of pent-up desire. Clothes became an afterthought, hastily discarded onto the floor as we reveled in each other's touch. The world outside faded into oblivion, our connection fully replacing everything we had known as just friends. Moans filled the room as we delved deeper into this new territory, exploring the contours of each other's bodies with attentiveness and passion that felt brand new yet effortlessly familiar. Finally, I positioned myself over her, my heart racing as I sought her gaze for confirmation. "Are you ready?" I asked, my voice low and serious, wanting to ensure she felt as electrified by this moment as I did. "Yes," she breathed, a mixture of longing and confidence reflecting in her eyes. I took my time, savoring every moment as I slid into her warmth. The world around us exploded with sensation as we moved together, our bodies tangling while our souls intertwined. It was a rhythm born of passion, a dance that felt primal and intoxicating. Every thrust, every kiss brought us closer, building an urge that threatened to engulf us. Emily's hands dug into my back, nails grazing my skin as she pulled me closer, urging me to lose control. Just like that, she whispered breathlessly, her words igniting an even deeper flame within me. Time lost meaning as we reached our peaks, each crest of ecstasy taking us higher before crashing down together in a haze of pleasure. I could feel the energy radiating between us, a shared connection blossoming into something infinitely more profound. When it was over, we lay tangled together, panting, the weight of what just happened settling upon us in a blanket of warmth. It was a night that had shifted everything, redefining the essence of our relationship. I turned to her, still entwined in each other's warmth, and saw Emily staring back with a mixture of glee and surprise. "So what now?" she asked, a playful smile dancing on her lips. "I think we just started something amazing," I replied, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. "Yeah, definitely," she said, her eyes sparkling. Our night had transformed us from friends into lovers, and with that transition came a world of endless possibilities. We spent the early morning hours wrapped in each other's arms, exchanging sweet kisses and laughter, knowing that we had crossed an invisible line that bound us together in ways we had only dreamed of before. And as dawn broke, flooding the room with soft, golden light, I knew our friendship would never be the same again. It had transformed into something beautiful, something that would forever alter the course of our lives.